Hey everyone, MeloCat here. Quite a heavy topic today, actually, which tells me that there's a bit of stress eating that's going on. Got myself some ice cream cake. I think this brand is called Finetta. Starts with a V. Wow. Why did I say it's a very heavy topic? Is because, as I mentioned in the title and the description of the video, during the pandemic, a lot of people have been rehoming their pets. Oops, so angry that even my camera just went crooked. How's everyone? Before I start, let me just say hi to everyone. Everyone say hi if you want. I'm so angry that this ice cream even melted a little bit. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. So just as like a little bit of a background information, yeah. Since the pandemic, as I mentioned before, a lot of people were rehoming their pets. I understand. That's not the part that's actually getting me so worked up. That's not it. I always give people the benefit of the doubt that there might be extenuating circumstances. Life gets hard. You know, I get it. There are times when just things don't work. For me, it's not a choice that I would make, but I'm not jumping so fast to conclusions when people are rehoming their pets. I get it. That part, totally okay. As a rescuer, I mean, because I'm animal centric. So, as how to say, for me, I actually make my decisions and a lot of my judgment calls based on the welfare of the animals. So I know a lot of people will start cursing at the people who's getting rid of their pets, be it abandonment, rehoming, last minute shout out to say that they don't want their pets for whatever reason if they're immigrating, which kind of puzzles me a lot of the times. It confuses and it infuriates me at the same time. Why do I say that? It's because with immigrating, the process actually takes a while. It doesn't happen overnight. But the fact that a lot of these people actually leave these matters until quite late, like maybe a few days or even like a week before they fly, they didn't decide that they're going to rehome their pets. Which, if you think about it, you can say, okay, maybe they didn't make up their mind. Or you can say, oh, maybe they miss their pets. Maybe. But from a rehoming perspective, the later they announce it, sorry, got a cat that's in heat. That's my Strawberry. And she can't get neutered yet because still monitoring her liver to make sure that it's completely stable before we can neuter her. So sorry if there's some mating calls at the back. Just for those of you who's wondering, she had like a congenital liver issue, and good thing the test picked it up before I was gonna neuter her, because otherwise there's a chance that she'll never wake up for her anesthesia. And so right now she's on supplements and just keeping track of everything, make sure that her liver goes back to a stable, normal level before I can get her to get neutered. So right now it's heading in a good direction, but yeah. So anyway, going back to the rehoming, right? So if you're gonna immigrate, it's very bad for the pet. You know, trying to find an adopter or a foster if you're announcing it a few days before you depart. Hey G, yo. Now, what happens is that not only does it diminish the chances of these animals finding a home because of the mere exposure of like a few days only, right? And like sometimes these animals, usually they're not puppies or kittens. Usually they're like older animals, or animals that are so-called deemed as quote unquote not cute in other people's eyes if they're chasing, you know, the puppies and the kitties, the kittens. These cats and dogs probably have been owned for a few years, sometimes senior, sometimes not, but definitely not puppies or kittens for the most part. And when they announce that, it's very hard for them to find a home, because just being an older dog or cat is already hard enough in terms of getting rehomed, right? And to make matters worse, sometimes these animals are in litters. So they may be like a pair or 3 or 4 that grew up together. And that makes it even harder. I've rehomed ones where it's a mother and 4 children. And I had to help find a home that's willing to take all 5 of them. That's really hard, but that was before the pandemic times. But those is not because they're dumping them right away. These people just can't take them anymore for whatever reason. I think that for that particular one, I think it was because the owner died, and then the niece and nephews just don't. They don't even like live here permanently, which I understand. But that one, there was sufficient time because they're able to foster them until they find a family, which is okay. At the end, I found a family that was able to take all 5 of them, so it was a happy ending for that one. But the one that I'm talking about, not like that. There are 2 dogs that are like, if I remember correctly, 16 and 15, super old. The dogs are like mother and son, so definitely a pair there. The owners, by the time I found out that they were surrendering them, it's about a week before they leave. Definitely single-digit days. That's hard. Because where are you going to find people who's willing to take dogs that are that old? They said they were pretty healthy for the most part, but it turned out no. Not even surprised, but why lie about it, right? I think my assumption is, you know, I think my speculation is some people don't want to be honest with it because they don't know if they're being honest that, you know, if people are still going to take their dogs. But I guess one thing they didn't consider is if they lied about it and the people who took your dogs aren't aware of the situation, either they're not prepared for it, they don't have the resources for it, or they will reject your pets, which is actually very sad, because a lot of the ones I've seen is kind of like, you know what, not my hands dirty. I lied about it, told you that they're healthy. You take them, you rehome them. It's your fault, not mine. So that's where I say F humans. Like, it's not a process to make you feel better in a less guilty way. But I see people do that. They just kind of lie about it and then just kind of get the animals off of their hands. And that's it. They call it a day. Even if they will be on the street, like, you know, again, because they will get reabandoned. They don't care. And that's what makes me really angry. For the ones that I'm talking about, so they lied about their health condition. It turned out they were deaf and blind, and they didn't mention about it. And even during the handover, it seems like what they say and what they do are like 2 separate people. What they say is that they're loving people who miss their pets a lot, and it's because of extenuating circumstances. They can't bring them to whichever country that they're going to. Which, okay, so at the time I believed it, and but according to what I heard from, you know, from the adopter, yeah, it seems like no, that's not really the case, because when they insisted that they wanted to, you know, visit the dogs just before they take off, it's no more than just a photo op. Yeah, and they took off, and the promised medical records that these dogs had for like over a decade was never handed over to the new owner, which makes it a complete hassle. And now, mind you, these people actually confirmed that they have these records, and in that they just need to hand it to us, but they never did. And when we asked them, deflect, 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 many, many times, even in text messages, they'll selectively answer your stuff. They'll ask you for pictures saying how much they miss their dogs, but when you ask them for the medical record, they actually pretend that message didn't even go through. And I think I asked a good like 10-15 times, and it's clear that they're not answering it. But they'll still say, oh, we miss them so much, we really didn't want to abandon them. So that's where it really confuses me. As I said in the beginning, I don't judge people because they have to rehome their pets. It's fine if you still love them, in that you want them to have a good home to go to. That's great, right? As I said, sometimes life is just tough. There's extenuating circumstances. Not an option I would take, but I can't speak for the people who's doing that, and I don't know their stories either. But the thing is, when you say you love them, but when you meet them, it's nothing but just a photo op and taken off, and you never hand over their medical records for people to follow up on, and they're like very senile dogs. Is that really that good for them? And why are they not handing it over? Like, it's really weird. And they said they have it too. So whatever reason, maybe either it reveals that they lied even more about their health, or maybe it's too much trouble for them, or maybe it costs money for them to apply for some of these, to get some of these reprinted. I don't know. So the story that was told to me at the beginning was that because the dogs are too old, and the vet said that they are not fit to fly. But now thinking in hindsight, I'm like, wait a minute. The vet said they're not fit to fly, but they said that they were quite healthy with some just minor problems. I'm like, wait a minute. So they just can't fly because they're old? But then I'm like, wait a minute. No, some old dogs can fly. Old cats can fly. I had friends that do that. But if they're healthy, then what is it that's keeping them from being able to fly? That didn't really dawn on me until now. Well, it turned out the new owner actually took the dogs to the vet, perfectly fit to fly. In fact, these dogs actually just got immigrated. Yeah, they flew to another country, and that is just as hard, if not harder, to go to than the country that these two previous owners are immigrating to. Yeah. So that was a big fat lie, and that really sucks. Hey Sarah, how's it going? How's it going? Quite a heavy topic here today. Yeah, and I notice a lot of you are actually very quiet. Like, come in, say hi. Topic is heavy, but you can still come in, say hi and stuff, and have your input. I want to know what it is that everyone think. It's very important, because I do a lot of rescue, rehoming, like volunteering stuff, and it's not like for an NGO or anything. It's just for my network, because hi, got a cat that's in heat. So this was actually one of the story. It's my rant about people that are rehoming animals, and they lie about it, and they wait until the last minute to tell the world that they're abandoning their pets. Yeah, and this particular one I'm talking about, they promised to give the medical records to us, but they never did. They selectively answer the messages. They only insist that they want to see the pictures of their pets because they miss them so much and they care about them so much, but they never bothered to hand over their medical records. Yeah, so it's that it is when they say one thing and they do another, it really makes me mad. Yeah. And they lied about that these dogs can't immigrate because the vet said so, but new owner actually just immigrated to another country that is further and harder to immigrate to than the country that the previous owner is going to. So definitely some dishonesty there. Not cool, not cool. And to make things the international. Not international dog adoption. So it was in Hong Kong, because during the pandemic time right now, especially, a lot of people are actually moving out of Hong Kong to UK, to Canada, to US, to Australia. And a lot of people just abandon their pets, even if they had them for 15, 16 years, just like that. Yep. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? And it makes me really mad. But of course, you know, there are times that I've given the benefit of the doubt, but over time it proves that, you know, some people just lie. It's about abandoning animals. That's right. And yeah, and so what happens is that whenever they feel guilty about abandoning their dogs, they'll actually shoot like a message in the middle of nowhere. It's like, hey, send us some pictures. We miss them so much. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Well, first of all, I'm not the person. I'm only the middle guy. But frankly, the new family, are they really there to entertain your guilt trip? Like your guilt, not guilt trips, your guilty episodes? I'm not so sure about that. Of course, I, as a rescuer, as you know, just a volunteer and rehoming kind of individual, I do, of course, like to keep in touch with the families, the new families that the animals have went to. That's great. It's great that the old owners and the new owners can keep in touch, or even the rescuer and the new owner. Like, for example, Strawberry's rescuer, like, yeah, we're friends. I text him like pretty much every second day. Some of the cats that I rehomed, actually all except for one or two are in like close touch. Some people are more private, but that's only like one or two. The rest, I'm just always in touch with them. And it's not that I force them to, like, they want to send me pictures, right? But then whereas in this case, I think we're a bit confused about, you know, the intentions of the old owners. Is like, why do you keep chasing us for pictures? But when you know, when we ask you for medical records, you just dodged the question. So that's not cool. So are we? It feels like there's an element of entitlement there, like that they have to get whatever pleases them, but whatever is good for the dogs and good for the next owner to take care of the dogs that you abandoned. You're not gonna give it to us. So yeah. Oh, Strawberry, just hold on. Got a cat in heat. Strawberry, come here. Come here, my girl. Come here. I know. Here. I know. This girl's in heat. This girl's really in heat right now. Here. I know. You can't get neutered yet. Your liver still have to be stable first. Yeah, your liver has to be stable. If not stable, it's dangerous. Cannot. So I've basically been stashing everywhere around the house. So she have a few designated spots that she just so graciously pee in. It's just some hammocks and some cushions that she really like, and she marks that when she's in heat. So I just clean that up repeatedly. Thank you so much. Thank you. I know it's tough. It's so tough. It's so tough. You're a big woman now. Yeah. Ugh. Okay lah. So that's my rant. It just makes me very angry. That like a lot of the pet owners or parents that I know, they actually don't deserve animals, if you ask me. Yeah. Hey, Carol-chan. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, no, I'm really mad. How to say, like, for me, when I was younger, when I was a kid, there was a phase in my life when I don't understand what it takes to actually raise an animal. That was me when I was in my like early teenagers, or even like in my 20s. I think early 20s, I still didn't really have that concept. I think it's just a lacking of maturity. But then I eventually grew out of that, and I knew, like, you know, first, animals are for life, and second of all, it's not an option. Like, you take them, it's a commitment. I've learned that lesson as well. But these people that I'm talking to, like, have families, they have children. So I thought, I'm like, so they haven't learned the lesson as well. Is it not? Or is it something else? Or is it because they don't want to spend the money? Like, you have money to immigrate, you have money to live in a posh manner, but you don't have money to fly your old dogs, who are very capable of flying. So how do I deal with a cat that's in heat? I'm actually going to take a video tomorrow to show you how I actually minimize the damage when she's marking around the house. For me, I never had like a pea cat in the house situation until Strawberry. So it's actually quite a new challenge, but thank God she's been doing okay. So she's only marking some selected places. James Phillips, how's it going? Oh, Strawberry, Strawberry, I know. But yeah, so that's my rant. Do you guys have any experiences where people are also like rehoming or abandoning animals during, I don't know, this time right now? Because I know in the States, I it's very painful to put her in a cage. As she's very cuddly with like my other cats, especially Moi Moi. So instead, I basically just take out all the stuff that she can possibly mark on and leave a few designated places where she can mark on and just clean that repeatedly. Yeah, it's very infuriating because these people promise that they're going to give it, and I ask like 10, 15 times, and that's when they selectively answer your messages, and like, you ask them, they ignore. You ask them, they ignore. You ask them, they ignore. I'm like, that's just unforgivable. There's no excuse for that either, especially when you said you have them. Because you're moving. Oh, yeah. I get it. Chi. Virtual hugs, and virtual love from all of my cats. I think. Oh, where's hi, yellow cat? Yeah, yellow cat's mad too. But I don't know. Like, I always think that how to say, like, after I've actually become like a mature adult, when I know the concept of responsibilities, I think, you know what, 平有平養，貴有貴養. There's cheap ways of raising a child, and there's expensive ways of raising a child. That's a saying that they say in Cantonese all the time. So I think it's the same with animals. Like, you can give them, world 5 class, treatment. Yes, people who can afford to, and for people who can't, we'll give them the best that we possibly can, and that's just fine. But this is not acceptable. Yeah. Lying about their health conditions to the to-be owners, leaving it to the last minute to tell people that you're leaving, you're surrendering your pets, and also not giving the medical record to the people who need it, especially for senile animals. This is not acceptable. Oh, jeez, just hold on. Let me go get that yowling cat. Yeah? 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 I can hear you. I can hear this yowling cat. People forget animals are part of the family. Just get them they don't realize the responsibilities they were taking on. It gets convenient, they bail on the animal. The thing is, when I was like, as I said, when I was in my early 20s, I didn't have that concept either because I was still like really immature. So I now thinking back, I'm like, oh, but I have rehomed actually a couple of my cats before, but they were actually like my fosters. They weren't exactly like they were kind of like a long-term foster. But because when I actually moved away from here, I actually really have to, rehome them to another family. Before I was thinking about just indefinitely fostering them until somebody comes along. And so I had to speed up that process and, had my friend do that because my job was going to start. But this was in my early 20s, and I still feel a little bit guilty about that. But that said, like, I didn't how to say, like, I didn't ditch them like that. Oh, it just makes me really angry. Yeah. When I hear people do that. Considering rehoming your 3-month-old kitten, getting along and fighting. Now for the past week, they made peace. Oh, nice. Actually, Jackie, you know what? Most animals actually get along. With patience and time, from my experience, they almost always work. Hey, good on you, good on you. You know, just as a side note, right? For anyone who are thinking about rehoming animals or getting rid of them because they don't get along with each other, no, this girl and Burrito used to hate her with like every pore on his body, like in his body when she first came here, and he was the last one to like her. And look, they're a pair right now. Yeah, I hate to say this, but for the most part, the problem is the humans. Yeah, either lacking patience, lacking planning, lacking maturity, and just, you know, just as I say all the time, a lot of things are hard to do, but it's not impossible. But yeah, good on you, Jackie. Yeah, what? Gee, Picard 2010, yo. Hey Henry, how's it going? Time, yeah, it takes time. Yeah, you know, even for my for Blue Cat, who doesn't like strawberry, she'll hiss at her sometimes and she'll chase her, but there's no blood drawn, you know. Yeah, like I don't expect them to be like lovey-dovey and cuddly. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, they're okay. They're okay. You're okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, I know. I know. You're so in heat. You're so in heat. Actually, just a side question. I saw online that there's like a pressure point on the cat's like lower back near the base of the tail. It's like a reset button. And people kind of just like kind of press it like for a few seconds and then release. It's supposed to alleviate the cats in heat to feel better. Is there have you guys tried that? Um, Do any of my cats hide from people when they visit? Mm, oh, yeah. Oh, Blue Cat. Ding Ding. Sparty Cat. Mm, maybe Sir Carlos. And, oh, and Strawberry. Can you take my cats? You cannot take my cats. You cannot take my cats. Although you can support us, you know, via, I'll put that in the banner. We have a Patreon, and actually, if the description of my videos actually have all the information. If you want to support us on Patreon. Also, if you shop on Amazon, there's an Amazon link, which you know what to do with it. If you don't, here's what you do. Exactly. Those few pennies are actually what Amazon take out of their own pocket from your purchase, out of their own pocket to support my channel. Empty your cart, press on the link, fill out the cart, check out within 24 hours, same browser, you're done. Okay, do you have any rehoming stories? Why did the cat not work out? Yeah, it turned out the owners were just liars. It was just inconvenient and perhaps too expensive or whatever, but they lied about everything, so it wasn't cool. We rehomed it for them, but it turned out they lied about the health, the circumstances, that they're not fit to fly, which is not true because these dogs just flew, and they're not in bad financial condition. Whatever reason it is that they're getting the dogs off of their hands, I still think it's not a sad story for the dogs because, you know, the dogs deserve a lot better. And this new family right now is like such loving people. Like not many people can actually take dogs that are like, you know, 16. Yeah, that's pretty old, right? Not everyone is willing to adopt old pets like that. How to make them more human friendly? You can't make them actually. 1, 2, 2, 3 Mel, you actually can't. You can have more hiding spots for them, and if when they get used to having people around, they will eventually get more comfortable, but that's only for the ones that will, but otherwise you can't make them. You cannot. How much percent do I get? Oh, it depends on what it is that you get. I think about maybe 2%. 1.5%. It really depends on the category, but it's better than none, right? Yeah. So if you guys get stuff from Amazon, then just that extra click, empty the shopping cart, click on it, same browser, check out 24 hours, and it's them that takes it out of their pocket. So if you want to support my channel, you can always make that a habit. Test your patience. Oh, of course. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. With older, not necessarily. With other younger cats is okay. Yeah, Burrito used to rough play a lot. What's a clear sign of danger? When hair goes flying and they're kind of like fighting each other in this position, and then there's blood. But I never see that. Yeah, my cats aren't that good of fighters here. The ambience here at home is actually quite peaceful. I think the worst it ever got was when Strawberry came here and Buddy really hated her, and he just started snarling and like, he was just spitting in her face. I think that was as worse as it ever got. Yeah. Problem humans. Gee. Hey Richard, yo. You have 5 that run and hide. Well, I have a few, but you know what? I haven't watched Fantastic Beasts. Male, the female always give birth. Always give birth. Is that the intention? Not spayed or neutered. Let's see. Yeah, Coca. Oh, I love my Coco so much. He's such a clingy cat. And you're such a smooth cat. Your hair actually feel like silk. Idea list from everyone on things that they use and put them in my item. Suggestion for Amazon. Actually, I do that for the cat stuff that I've actually tested. Because what people like are subjective. So I think I would probably like to keep the standard kind of standardize my standard. Hey Tyler, yo, you're gonna creep over and steal one of my cats? No, do not steal my cats. Do not steal my cats. Ga's actually putting some weight back on, some healthy weight, because before when I was trying to put Mui on a diet, it turned out Coco ended up losing weight because Mui was stealing their food. Yeah. They always mate with outsider cats. Have you thought about getting your cat neutered? Sorry, what? Boxing Day, huh? What? I don't get it. Picker 2010. What's that? What about Boxing Day? What about it? I don't get it. Let's see. Whew. Let me just get my kitty. Muy. Any tips on finding a missing cat? Put an air tag on the cat, I think would be a good idea. Posters and rewards, social media, acting ASAP. Asking the neighboring house and ask them to share the message. I think sometimes just asking that extra, just asking in person actually really helps, especially when it's your neighbors or people down the blocks, right? I send. No. Of course, like saying anything would be silly. I like to test that stuff out. People suggest. Actually, that would be very expensive depending on what you guys suggest. That would be very, very expensive. Garnier. No, this is actually a German brand. Belair, B-E-L-E-A. Yeah. Oh. Now I have to get some of the area up top covered just to make sure that Strawberry has a place to mark when she wants to mark, because she have a few designated spots where she likes to mark on when she's in heat. Do I like to play video games? I used to play a lot of GTA. Not anymore. You can actually see my hobbies when you're watching my channel. You'll actually see a lot of the stuff that I do. Watch more of my videos and you'll find out. Cat stays outside for 15 days. Can the skin get lighter? I don't understand what that is. Yep. Carol Chan, yeah. Neighbors' cats use my compost pile as a litter box. Yeah, actually that's true. Yeah, strawberry. Strawberry. Yeah. Okay, I have a feeling she's gonna find somewhere to mark. I'm scared. I found that brand when I was in Germany for an event. Yeah, I know what you're gonna do. She's giving me that look. She's giving me that look. She's giving me that look. Strawberry, I know what you're up to. I know what you're up to. Please don't mark that. Other than cats. Budget travel. Oh, strawberry. Oh. Oh, cool. You're from Germany too. Nice. Then you should be able to find this. Yeah. Actually, I'll put the link up in the description. Wait, let me grab my laptop. Okay. There we go. Hey, I don't comics or manga. No, not really. Not really. So yeah, so I don't know. You know, I ranted, but I still feel pretty pissed off actually. But as I say, everything I do, it's basically very animal welfare centric. And as I said earlier today, I love all animals, but I can't say that for all humans. I only like a subset of humans. Does anyone feel the same way? Okay, let's see. Let's see. Do I prefer to chat with people in Cantonese or in Mandarin or Cantonese? Depends on the topic. Yeah. If I have to curse, maybe Cantonese. Promised Neverland on Hulu is so good. Okay. Beatboxing in a gondola is one of her hobbies. That's so funny. James, how did you know that? Wait, it says I got no internet? How's that even possible? Okay, it says I got no internet. Most people feel like this. No, I live in Hong Kong actually. It's Lincoln to SPCA until they got adopted. Okay, well that's good. I mean, do whatever it is that we can, right? I think sometimes, you know, there's only so much that we can do, but I think, you know, what you did there is great. Oh, there we go. Okay, let me just kind of does it, like, I sometimes tell myself, I'm like, don't be mad, don't be angry, but then some humans actually make me quite angry, so I just don't, I just, you know, don't give them the attention that they feel that they're entitled to. Basically, that's how I handle it. Let's see, where is it? Okay. Interest in movies or novels? Movies. see. You know, I actually really want a new laptop because this one is like really heavy, and then my Air is like 10 years old. You lived in Munich? Really? Gee, I didn't know that. You lived in Munich, huh? All right, go walk more dogs. Woo! See ya. Yeah, they're not worth the energy. I completely agree. I completely agree. Okay, wait, just hold on. There we go. Why not desktop? Um, why not desktop? I have a desktop. I have a an iMac, but sometimes when I'm sitting on like here, I just feel that, yeah, it's better that I have a laptop because sometimes I just need to answer to stuff. Okay, so just hold on. Trying to find that eye mask that you were asking. I think I saw it on Amazon before. Um, it's a great eye mask. Actually, I sleep with this. It doesn't fall off. It's like a big sticker. Let's see. You guys, I think you guys know everything that's in my house. It's amazing. Today, oh, by the way, today I was thinking about what I should call everyone that's in my community. Um, I was thinking about hey my meows or hey my cats, but what do you people think about that? Let me know. Okay, let's see. I can find the capsules. Oh, I found it. I found it. It's a German product. Q10. Okay, I'm gonna put this on my description. And if you guys are shopping on Amazon, yeah, then you can actually click on the link and you can actually buy it there. Wait, just hold on. Get link. No, no, no. Get okay. All right. I just updated it on my description so you can actually find it now. It's on my YouTube description. You're 98% of the time angry and hate-filled. Why so much, girl? I sleep with a big sticker on my face. Apple makes an eye mask. Nice one, flying. Flying. Yeah. Marshmallows. Oh, wow. End of the month already. I just want to say pretty thanks to everyone that's on my Patreon. Thank you so much. Another month coming up. It's just very important that small channels like this actually, you know, have the support that I have from you guys. Every penny helps because all the rescue missions, all the channel maintenance, just keeping, you know, the laptop turned on, and even like having the programs for streaming and editing, that stuff actually, yeah, eat up a portion of my paycheck. Okay, so let's see. For for this month, my commissions from Amazon right now, it is at $29.04. Okay, so this is from all the clicks that you guys and girls were clicking before, you know, on an empty shopping cart before you buy your stuff and checking out within 24 hours, same browser. So almost 30 bucks. Good job. Good job. dislocating both knees while exploring nearby woods, so you were sent back to England. Were you doing that? Were you doing that on purpose? Dermatix? Never use that. Did I change the title? Yeah, I tweaked it. I just tweaked it a little bit. Yeah, because I have the Q&A part. That's like actually right after it too, so I didn't want to confuse people. Yeah. So yeah, but it's not going to stop my my rescue missions or rehoming missions. It's just sometimes it's it's very frustrating and it's very infuriating. And I just thought I want to get it off my chest. Yeah. Hmm. Actually, the next one is not it's not so much a rant, but it's actually how to say, it's talking about how the suicide rate in the veterinary in the veterinary world is so high, and we should give our vets actually a lot more credit than they deserve right now, because it's a very tough industry for them. That's something that I'll talk about on my upcoming stream. Not sure if it's going to be immediately the next one, but the ones that are coming up. Okay, there we go. Yep. Let's see what I have here. And I just want to say, like, pre-happy New Year, you guys. This year, I'm not doing anything. Actually, for Christmas and New Year, not doing anything. I'm just going to, like, stay home, lay low, catch up on my editing, and just kind of, just going to call it a year. You know, 2021 or 2021 wasn't especially remarkable, and glad it's kind of over. Yeah. And as I mentioned in my earlier streams, because there's an Omicron, so I'm still trying to stay out of huge crowds, because I don't know what that's like. Like last time for the Christmas live stream was already the most people I've seen already. Yeah, yep. It's actually dentists and vets. Yeah, they're both up there. They're both up there. And I'll talk about that. So yeah, so that's it for my rant today. Do you guys have anything you want to share while I'm still on the stream here today? Sorry if it's a little bit it's a little bit infuriating, but you guys know me. Basically, I don't do rants unless it's really rant worthy, because my channel is usually, yeah, it's pretty lifestyle. But every now and then, I'm human too, so some things just like make me really angry. Pitch another year's. Oh, really? Oh, gonna pitch another year subscription on the first. Oh, that is so. Chi. Everyone, Chia has been, a very good supporter of my channel, and I just want to say thanks, girl, and everyone else that's on it. Actually, in fact, I am going to, actually, just hold on. I'm going to say thank you to everybody that's, that's active on my Patreon right now. I know, like, times are very tough. It's very, very tough. Even I know some of my followers are like really young, and even them putting like $1 into my Patreon means the world to me, because I have some people on my Patreon that's like really, like, they're like literally like 13 years old. So I have Uncle Dan. Uncle Dan has been around since the beginning. Thanks. And Heidi, haven't seen her for a while. Valerie, Wayne, Flying, you're on there. I have Sarah. I have David, Heather, YouTubeification. I have Jeff, Kyle. I have Jesse. Let's see. I've Amy Chi. I got Amy Lee. I actually got quite a few people here that is from like way back. It is so cool to actually see that, there's people that's on my Patreon since, like, I don't know, my channel only have like, I think a few thousand, 3,000 or 4,000 subscribers. Yeah, I know. She really give you some thumbs up there. I had to literally crawl back to your living, couldn't walk. Oh, jeez. Oh, you know what? That actually reminds me. There was a time when I collapsed, and there's nobody home because I mean I live alone, right? And yeah, that was tough. That's why I got the Apple Watch, which I should be wearing a bit more often because that stuff have fall detection, and it might be a lifesaver one day. Yeah. Let's see. So the fall detection is like a function on the Apple Watch, which I should be taking advantage of more. Speaking of, I should let it charge. Okay, anyway, so yeah, I'm going to call it a day today. Thanks for being part of my rant. And tomorrow I haven't decided on what I'm going to do yet, but hopefully I'm done editing my Japan video that was from before. It's part of the series of me traveling to Japan, some nostalgic feelings. And for those of you who's also missing traveling just like me, I think it's great to look back at travel videos. That's newly edited. If you guys haven't seen the footage before, but so I'm not going to spoil any of it. I was biking around Tokyo. Best experience ever. So yeah, so that's it. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for coming in. It's always good to see all of you as usual. So laters.